ब्रूज एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत शहर है और लोग बड़े प्यारे, लोग बहुत अच्छे हैं। हम लोग गए वहाँ शूट करने के लिए और मन कर रहा था कि पूरी फिल्म ही वहीं शूट करके आए, लौटने का मन ही नहीं कर रहा था।
आमिर खान को लेके जाने के लिए नहीं सोचा आपने?
नहीं, वो कहानी ऐसी है कि कहानी के हिसाब से जाते हैं ना। कहानी ऐसी है कि आमिर का वहाँ नहीं होना था और अनुष्का और सुशांत का वहाँ होना था, तो उस वजह से वो आए।
अच्छा, आपने बताया कि फिल्म रिलीज पर है, काफ़ी नर्वस हो, तो क्या कहना चाहेंगे? कितने बबल्स आ रहे हैं?
नहीं, रिलीज़ पे हूँ। नर्वसनेस तो होती है हमेशा, हर रिलीज़ पे एक नर्वसनेस होती है, पर खुश भी बहुत हूँ कि मुझे लगता है कि हमने अच्छी फिल्म बनाई है और लोगों को लगेगी अच्छी।
अच्छा, आप फिल्म के लिए अपनी ऑडियंस को क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
नहीं, ऑडियंस से कहना तो कुछ नहीं चाहूँगा, यही कहूँगा कि उम्मीद यही रखता हूँ कि उन्हें अच्छी लगे। एक फिल्म बनाई है हमने, काफ़ी वक्त लगाया और चाहूँगा कि उन्हें अच्छी लगे।
थैंक यू सो मच।
Yeah.
Yes, nearly 2 years.
Hi, how are you? Please come.
Yes, yes, yes.
स्टील
Good.
लाइट लाइट नहीं मिल रहा है।
Testing, check, testing. सही है?
लाइट नहीं मिल रहा है।
So there's no face light.
I don't think they've got any more lights.
फेस दिख ही नहीं रहा।
From. It's very interesting. You've got a wonderful life. You travel all over Europe, looking for a location, then you finally settle in Belgium.
No, actually, that was my assistant, Karan, who traveled all over. I wish I could have done that. He traveled 3,500 kilometers across Europe. I only landed up only in Bruges, straight.
Okay. How do you finally then decide that this is going to be? Does it happen through a process of films that he has shot, your assistants have shot for you? Is it through a process of also watching that location? For example, Bruges is a well-known place because of the other film in Bruges.
See, everything starts from the script. What does your script demand? So, in PK, Anushka is supposed to be studying in some country in Europe. And going by the scenes, what we needed was, as Karan mentioned, was a place which has got an old world charm. It's got those old cobble streets, a town square, and water canals. So the first stage is you start obviously hunting for locations on the internet. You kind of browse all over the places, and there are many countries who come in also. They have film commissions who provide you pictures. So the first elimination happens on that stage. So we kind of found a few countries, and that's when Karan went out on a journey. And so we actually almost had zeroed down on Italy, where we found water canals were in Venice. But what was happening there was that we didn't find all the locations in one place. Like the canals were in Venice, then the town square we wanted was in Verona. The mountains were somewhere else, and so we had to really travel a hell of a lot for all those places. Till I saw the images from Bruges, and it just seemed like the right place where it had the canals, it had cobbled streets, the town square, and everything that we wanted was in one place. And when we went and shot there, it was just fantastic. Even if I tell my people now, they all would jump up and they say, we all want to go back. Because nobody was really even traveling. We would get up in the morning, everybody had bicycles, and they would come onto location. Even Anushka, Sushant, all those people would cycle around. leave the bike wherever they want. In fact, Sanjeev lost a couple of bikes. He had to pay for it. And so that place has such an old world charm that for me, even when watching this now, was a huge amount of nostalgia, and I just want to go back again. In fact, I will do it as soon as the film ends. I want to go back and now, without worrying about the shoot, stay there.
So does that mean that your next film will also be Bruges or somewhere? Carl will be very happy if that happens. How does it feel as a filmmaker? You arrive in a location, because this is really the first time that you're shooting, your past 3 films, hugely successful, but all shot here in India. And now, a sizable chunk, so to speak, going abroad. Was it another dimension to your experience? Was it easy to get people clear off the streets, or, just to make the whole thing happen as you had it in your head?
Yeah, you're right. This is the first time I've shot outside. And that also finalizes in the script drives you to a place. So, since I've never shot, my immediate worries were, okay, how will this whole process be? How will the visa happen? Which is the line production company will be shooting there with? Who are those people? Are they honest? Are they good people? Will I have trouble with them? Will I find the equipment? So obviously the first stage was visas, and we happened to bump into Pinky, who's there she is. And the moment I think Sanjeev called up the consulate, and she landed up in office, and she then introduced us to Carl and Edward, and they made the process of visas so easy for us. So we didn't really have to worry about how the unit would go, how the equipment would go. Then the next interesting thing happened was the line producers who were there. We were in fact talking to a couple of people, and then finally we ended up working with a company called Zar Films. And they turned out to be such fabulous people. So your biggest worry, as I said, okay, after locations, the next biggest thing is who are the people you're working with. And that's a choice you make even when we make films in India. I always say that work with a less talented man, it's okay, but he should be a good human being. That's primarily important, because you're going to spend a huge amount of time working with that person. So these were such wonderful people. As you can see, they were singing, they were dancing with us. By the time we left, nobody wanted to leave. In fact, Anushka was saying, can't we shoot the rest of the film here? So we left happily, and in fact some of them landed after the film got over. Some of them came here to attend some weddings. Somebody from a crew got married here. So all in all, it was a wonderful experience. Yeah.
A totally positive experience.
Yeah.
It's going to be one for the memory books. Yeah. Something you just said, good human being. And you've always portrayed shades of this. How good can a human being be? How does one start to really be a good human being, which you've also done and explored? It's a theme you seem to explore a lot, isn't it? In Lagera, Munna Bhai also did that. How to be a good human being. I mean, 3 Idiots was also about just doing good. Yeah, you know what the question is. You don't know the question.
I'm waiting for it.
Is there another exploration about being a good human being in PK?
See, Abhijat is here. Abhijat, we write together. And I think somewhere deep down, I guess we guys are probably activists at heart. And so it's not a conscious effort to say, oh, we're going to make a film where we're going to preach people how should we be a good human being. But that's happened by and by. If you're talking about 3 Idiots, which is a film about colleges, education became an integral part of it. So similarly in PK, yes, there is, we're in fact tackling a big issue, a very big issue, which I think is very relevant to today's times. But we've done it in a way that it's entertaining. You always have to sugarcoat the message. If you don't sugarcoat the message, nobody's going to, walk to the theaters and watch your film. Nobody wants to be given a moral science lesson. Especially when you're paying $200, $300 to buy a ticket, you don't want to walk in and say, oh, moral science? No. So you entertain them, and by, if you can, in a layer also say what you feel like. And these are things we strongly felt about. So that's the way we've been doing it all the time.
Yeah, 3 back-to-back successes. The two, Munna Bhai and then Three Idiots. What's the pressure like in your mind? It's coming up now. PK is just there.
Yeah, I
It's
need
in
all
the-
those beers. I need all those beers. I need to be drunk for next.
All those beers. Carl, I hope you got some more beers tonight, apart from just that. Outside, okay. We're looking forward to the Belgian beers, but what's the pressure like?
You know, I think this is something we do to ourselves. If I go back and look at my first film, when I made the first film, I was under no pressure. I made the film, my friends saw it, my family saw it. I went home and slept. Friday morning, I woke up at 2 in the afternoon when one of my assistants called up. He says, should we go to the theatres and see how people are reacting? And then it occurred to me, yeah, I think I should also go and see what the audience is thinking. It didn't matter to me at all. We were happy that we made a great film. But to be honest, after that, somewhere a pressure does, because you're investing larger amount of money in the film, you want the film to be liked. But what I can say that we've never bowed down to commercial pressures and say, okay, we're going to do something, probably, you know, sell ourselves or sell our soul to make a film. We made what we believed in. Absolutely, till date we made what we believed in. But to be honest, yeah, the pressure is there. The only man who's not under pressure is this man who's sitting out there. He keeps telling me every day, yeah, we made a great film. And I said, okay, 19 December we'll know.
It's a nice support to have. It's a nice support. It's good to know that you're somebody there relieving his pressure. But again, something interesting you just said about not bowing to commercial pressure. That comes from what? It comes from in you. It comes with, of course, the wonderful team that you have. Does it come from an innate confidence? Does it come from a storyline? Does it come from knowing I've got a real good story which I'm going to tell, and the commercial success will follow? Does it come from that?
You know, filmmaking is a process where, unlike anything, if you're looking at it as a commercial venture, first of all, I don't look at it like that, but if you still look at it as a commercial venture, possibly in any other business, you still might be able to judge, okay, I put in this kind of money, I will make this kind of money. In a film, you really can't judge what the other person is going to like, especially in a country like India, where you look at the literacy level from north to south, east to west, different kind of people, different kind of tastes. So, the path we've chosen, we say that, okay, here's a script we are writing, do we like it? Are we laughing while writing it? Are we getting emotionally choked while writing it? If we like it, let's go that path. Because if you try and judge, preempt what people are going to like, eventually you might end up making a film which they don't like, and even you don't like, because you did it for them. So if we do it for ourselves, then at least there's a couple of people around who like it. So